Okay, I'm going to actively look out for traps as I'm walking along here.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh. 7.
Okay.
I'm looking at the wrong... at my feet, maybe.
Can we walk along the sewer this way?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is a wider channel. There in the middle, it's kind of like up to your knees at least in like waste water. So it's quite unpleasant going, and the smell is not much better.
We'll look full circle here. Those barrels look familiar.
What's down here? Nothing.
Ah, back at my campfire.
Is there anywhere else left to explore?
Down this way, gentlemen.
No time for home comforts now.
What's around here?
Or chest.
A chest.
Open that chest, Havron.
Oh, hello, Creamy. You just jumped out that chest.
I open the chest on behalf of the group.
So what's your passive perception?
Three.
Sorry?
3.
And passive perception would be underneath all of your skills. Passive wisdom.
13.
13. You notice that there's a not very well implemented wire sticking out of the not very well hidden wire sticking out of the gap between the lid and the body of the chest before you go to open it.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
So you can attempt to disarm it.
Can I investigate it, or is it better to disarm it?
Yeah, you could. If you investigate it, you can do that.
17.
So you think that this is some kind of trap that triggers when you lift the lid. So probably like a dart trap, but it's not very well executed, and you think that you could disarm it relatively easily.
Okay, I'll try and disarm it.
So use your thieves' tools again.
28.
With a few very well placed snips, and whilst you're holding the wire taut, you make some snips and tie it off around the lower portion of the chest, and you're fairly confident, very confident in fact, that you've disarmed it.
You could come in useful, Tavron.
Thanks, Gigantor.
Very useful.
So
I'll open it up then.
yeah, so inside is some bags of what look like the remains of some expensive and exotic spice, but they've long rotted away. There's just some sort of brown, foul-smelling powder in these bags now. There is a book as well in there, sort of leather-bound book with a engraved cover of a lute.
Is anyone any good at reading?
What language is it in?
So you can flick through it if you so choose.
I hand it over to Kurak.
I'll investigate it.
Yeah, you see, you flick through it, and it's in common. It appears to be a collection of bards' tales.
Well. Creamy, this is for you.
Ooh, lovely.
Can you read us a couple?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay, assuming everything else in the chest is gone, we will head our way south through the sewer.
What's this here?
Oh yeah, so as you cross back towards the main chamber where you fought the... Oh yeah, I forgot about Gilberto. Gilberto's with you as well. I was just having a little snooze, boss. I didn't realise you'd gone off. So as you cross back into the main chamber, the sewer continues to the west, but there's a strong looking, formidable steel grate across the sewer, barring your way into the further down the sewer.
Wade, do you have access to the rest of the sewers?
No.
Okay.
No.
The only thing in this room is a very scared and tired looking dark in the corner. I told you everything I know, leave me alone!
Could we try and force this gate open, boys?
If we do it all together?
So if you assist someone in a check, then what that person can make a strength check with advantage.
Okay, I'm assisting Gigantor. See if you can bend these wires. You look like the strongest man.
I do have a strength of +5.
Maybe
So
Creamy's stronger.
This isn't wire. This is these are girders, basically.
What is it? Does it give me advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You give it a tremendous effort, and you can see the rest of you by looking at it. The muscles are flexing on Gigantor's enormous arm. Like if you were the person being stretched, you would get some serious damage. But the bars don't even give a little.
The bars! They bend! Oh, I see what you did here.
Baldur's Escape reference. They bend and twist with your berserker strength.
Aye.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They are very stable.
I wish I had Boo with me.
These ain't budging. Is there a lock on there at all that we could possibly pick?
Not that you see. Make a perception check.
Wouldn't it not be investigation?
It would be perception.
Perception.
Oh. Yes!
Yeah, Tavaron, you have a look at these. They don't appear to be able. They appear to be like a fixed structure. You can't open or close these. This is like a mesh separating two sections of the sewer. The only way to get into the other section of the sewer would be to destroy this grate somehow, or else like descend to the sewer further into the city.
Okay. So maybe we go back onto street level and work across west.
I'm not sure if staying in the sewer and having a party down here is what we really need to do. We need to go to the Island of Eels, or at least to interrogate that bloke that I mentioned earlier, that I can't remember his name.
Diego Espinal.
I agree with
Diego
blood
Espinal.
current.
Cool.
But first, I'd like to stop by a shop and load up on some weaponry if we're going to be engaging in combat.
Okay. So you ascend back to street level.
What time of day is it?
So now it was morning when you went down there. So now it's probably about afternoon. So you, Tavron, do not like being in this sun. You
No, I
can
do
feel
not.
every single bit of it on your skin, and you find it difficult to see or do anything.
Ah! Can we find some shade somewhere, please?
You can
Put
just
your-
stand in my shadow, everyone.
Put your hood up on your cape. Whatever you've got.
That's a very good idea, Kurak.
There's an optician around in the city that will make you some fine pair of sunglasses.
So you emerge back into St. Claudio's Square, just by the edge of the covered market, close to where the weaponsmith, or where the weapon seller stall was, and the herbalist.
I know a bloke we can go and see for weapons. But you must pay him, of course.
Okay.
Ah, you're not dead.
Who were
Oh,
you
it's the
speaking
lizard
to?
folk, actually, the weapon seller. Sorry,
Oh.
let me read that again.
And who's he speaking to?
You are not dead.
Stead.
Is he just saying that to the group?
Yeah.
Not just yet, lizard man.
Will you be purchasing some items?
Yes, could we please see your wares?
He takes his time to go through his stock. It's all fairly common equipment. He has long swords and great swords. He has great axes and war axes, hammers, halberds, morning stars,
Has he got?
glaives.
Does he
he
have
got
any
a-
armor?
He has a little bit of armor. He's got more in the way of weapons than he has of armor. He has some leather armor.
Has he got a flail?
He has. So he has a morning star, which is like a flail with a stiff, with a stiff rod rather than a chain. And he has he does not have a. Oh, he does have a flail. He has a flail.
How much is the flail, lizard man?
10 gold pieces.
And do you have any short swords?
Yes, another 10 gold pieces.
And do you have any shields?
Yes. Another 10 gold pieces.
Will you do all 3 for 25? It's right. Take your time to think.
25 is acceptable.
Sold. I give him the money.
Okay. Anyone else wants any equipment? You there, lady?
Yes, I should probably buy some armour.
What armor are you proficient with as a bard?
Oh, your voice has changed. Light armour.
So we have leather armor and studded leather.
How much?
10 gold pieces for the leather. 45 gold pieces for the studded leather.
I think I'll go with leather. I do like wearing leather, boys. Eh?
I'll throw in this cloak to cover your womanly charms.
It's best when my womanly charms are on display.
Nonetheless, he hands you a cloak and some leather armor.
Right. That's 10, yeah?
Yeah. So further on into the market beyond, actually make a perception check. No, what's the highest passive perception?
I got 13.
At least Tavron can smell. There are food stalls further in, and like produce and goods.
Yeah, I've got 13.
Yeah.
How do you unequip shield? Like have it in your inventory but then unequip it?
If you click on the little I button, I'm sure you can. Yeah, you next to it you can have it as equipped or unequipped.
On the I button, where's that?
Yeah, it comes up when you
Oh,
hover
yeah.
it over to the right.
Oh yeah, I got it. Cool, thanks.
Excuse me, lizard man. Could I buy some armor, please?
Yes, of course.
What light armor do you have?
Leather and studded leather.
Oh, I'll go for the studded variety.
45 gold pieces, please.
That seems quite expensive. What's your best price?
Make a persuasion check.
17.
So this will be against his. Actually, I've got Lizard Man in here. Just one d20.
Will you take 1 gold piece?
I can do it for you at 33 gold pieces.
Fucking hell, he's not coming down much on price.
Best price.
I've only got 15.
Maybe you should ask what you can get for 15.
What could I get for, let's say, 10? Light armor wise.
I can give you leather armor for 10, and I'll even throw in this hand axe.
Can we swap that hand axe for a longsword?
I can do you a longsword and some leather armor for 18 gold pieces.
Bloody hell, this guy. Can I do another persuasion to get him to 50?
You get the sense that he's probably not going to budge on this. This is like a very decent price for these items.
Okay, I'll leave the longsword. I'll just have the light armor, please.
How
I
many
can do it
coins
for
do you
you
need?
for 7 gold pieces. The leather armor.
You have a deal. I'm not used to actually spending money.
Anything for anyone else?
No, I am all good.
No.
Okay. So what are you up to now?
We should get some. We should get some rations from those food stalls that I can't smell, but I know are around.
Okay, let's investigate.
So as you head further into the markets, you see all manner of stalls. There are indeed a number of shops selling dried rations, nuts, mixes of nuts and dried fruit, dried jerky, effectively, things like that. There are also some shops selling general, some stalls selling general tools and equipment, things like chains, lamps, locks, manacles, rope.
I'd like to buy some rope. Not for what you think.
You wander over to one of the storekeepers. Oh, hello there. How can I help you?
Please, can I have some rope?
Of course. I can sell you rope by the feet. 50 foot of rope. Do you want hempen or silk rope?
Hempen sounds stronger.
1 gold piece then, please.
Very well.
He hands you the rope. Pleasure doing business with you.
It's West Country now.
The pleasure's been mine.
That's a lot of rope.
Good for tying up criminals.
Has anyone got anything that they're specifically looking for?
I'm after some food of some kind, but basically rations.
Okay.
Yeah, rations.
So you wander over to the stalls that are selling the dried food, jerky, and sort of trail mix type things. Hello.
How many rations can I get for a gold piece?
2 days worth. 5 silver piece per day's worth of rations.
I'll have a gold piece worth then. 2 rations?
Okay. He hands you them over.
While Kurak is talking, I stealthily steal 2 days worth of rations.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. Do you have disadvantage on this because of you're being out in the sun?
I'm arguably in my cloak, but
I can't remember what the disadvantages apply to.
I do have disadvantage.
So just roll that sleight of hand check again and take the lowest one.
What's going on?
Tavron's
Tavron.
trying to steal some rations.
15.
15.
Oh,
Okay.
sneaky.
And that will be against the... I'm pretty sure a common is just 1d20.
How much do the rations cost? Out of interest.
He doesn't notice at all.
Basically just gives them to you.
I'll add a few to my inventory, thanks very much.
How much are rations?
gold
They're 5
piece for
silver
2.
pieces each.
5 gold pieces each.
No, 5 silver pieces each.
Oh, okay. I'll just buy a couple of rations.
Okay.
I'll buy 4 rations.
There's your rations.
So 4's 2 gold pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They're quite expensive.
It's a
High-end
day's
rations.
We can have a slap up meal in.
What's the weight of a ration?
I think you'll be able to just drag it in. I would have thought that.
You've got rations in your inventory. You can just add it to it.
I didn't
I don't
have
think
any.
he had any. They're 0.4 each.
0.4, there you go. Jakey.
What's your best deal if you bulk buy a few rations? I say persuasively. With a 12.
Meet it or beat it. Let's see. It's been a slow day, so I guess I can give you some rations for let's say I'll give you 6 for 2 gold pieces.
Sold.
What's the matter, Wade? Taxpayers not paying you enough money.
It's not as lucrative as the drug trade. You deviant. But it is honest work. You could have been a fine City Watch investigator. But you chose the dark side.
I don't know what you're talking about, Wade.
Everyone in the city knows you're a kingpin, drug lord, drug peddling, dealer, wheeler dealer. Good for nothing piece of crap.
At this point,
That
I
makes
turn
it-
to the shopkeeper and give him a gold piece, and I say, "This is for my poor friend."
Thank you kindly, sir.
Has everyone
Okay.
got all the rations they need?
I think so. Creamy?
No, I need maybe two for a. Is it two for a?
Gold piece.
Yeah, I'll have a couple of rations. Here you go, my love. Come by any time. Here we go.
Okay, where are you headed now?
How do you find out how much weight you can actually carry?
So it should be on encumbrance, so it will tell you when you become encumbered.
Okay, I'll just try and
If you
add something
change one of your
massive.
weight things to make it like 1,000.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it does work.
Yours is not working though, because I had to add. So yours is actually double what everyone else's is. I
Yeah.
can tell you exactly how much you can carry.
Yeah, and I'll just write it down.
Oh, it should be on there actually. I think it's
What?
already on your character sheet.
Okay.
So on your core,
Yeah.
powerful build.
I count as one size larger when determining carrying capacity. So what size actually am I?
Medium.
Medium.
I'll have to look that up, but it's a lot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I might have to look that up later.
Okay, that's fine. What can a medium carry? Do you know that?
There's a formula for it, but I can't find it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll figure out.
Well, yeah, I'll find it next time. It's a lot. It's more than you think. Shall we leave it there then for today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works for me.
Yeah.
So, what's our plan next? Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, maybe you should decide that and then we'll leave it.
Oh yeah. So we've got two leads. We've got the island and the chap.
Diego
Oh yeah.
Maradona.
Does anyone know anything about this Diego chap?
No.
Make a check. Would it be? I guess it would be a. Be some kind of intelligence check. I think just make a straight up intelligence check.
What, everyone?
straight up.
Yeah, not you, because you've already done it, I think.
Oh, not me.
Oh, that's a saving throw. I got one.
14.
13.
The name. So, Morglath, the name does ring a bell. Like, you're fairly confident that that Espinar is a sort of well-to-do, rich. The name Espinar you remember as being a well-to-do sort of rich merchant, and you think that they live in the old town of Azeron. But that's as far as you know. But you do know, both Taveron and Morglath, and also Wade would realise this, that the city barracks would probably have a record of where he lives.
I think he's that bloke that lives in the old town. He's a well-to-do rich fella.
We must head to the barracks and look
So
at the records of his address.
Yeah. You know exactly who you need to ask for where he lives, Tom.
I'm sure Sir Brian O'Ryan will know.
And at that we will leave it there.
Sir Brian O'Ryan.
Oh dear.
Good work, chaps.
Love it.
Nice.
Cool.
GG.
I will catch you guys later then.